Coach Sheldon Harrison. There never been no comparison. You're live on the show. Sit back and have a listen.
All right, all right. LDBC. This is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach's Show, the Coach's Show live. Okay, guys, I'm gonna put the fun aside, and I'm gonna be serious in this video. I've had a few people ask me, Coach, what are your thoughts about the Ahmad Arbery case? What are your thoughts about this? I really just hadn't had a lot of thought about it. I just decided to just sit back and let everything roll out. Okay, every single solitary thing that we can find, just let it roll out. And then, make my video then. Okay, so you have Ahmad Arbery, okay, and this is a long string of unarmed black men that's getting killed in America. Okay, this is a long string of unarmed black men being killed in America. And Ahmad Arbery is another victim, and I use the word victim because that's what he was in this situation. So before the other videos of Ahmad Arbery came out, now this is crazy. Okay, before these videos even hit, when they just showed the video of him being shot, you had a lot of non-black people on different posts. I mean, you go to Facebook, you go to Instagram, you go to Twitter, you go to different newspaper, threads. You have non-black people saying, well, I mean, okay, so he got shot, but what was he doing to get shot? What was he doing to get shot? Like, I started thinking, are we watching the same video? Because the first video that I saw Ahmad Arbery jogging. I saw him jogging, and then he went around the truck, okay, because they called his name, you can tell. And then the guy had a gun. So in Ahmad Arbery's mind, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, if I run, I get shot. But I may have to fight for my life. Okay? I may have to fight for my life. And he saw the guns. He saw both of those guys with those guns. So, I mean, Ahmad Arbery was jogging. They pulled up on him. Okay? That's the first video that I saw. Now, when maybe a week or a couple days later, okay, there was another video that surfaced of Ahmad Arbery actually going into an abandoned building. Now, you see these two pieces of crap on the bottom of the screen, Gregory and Travis McMichael. Their whole argument was, well, there's been a lot of break-ins in the area, which, of course they found out that there hadn't been a lot of break-ins in the area. There hadn't been any break-ins in the area. But that's the narrative that they went with. So, okay. They assumed that Ahmad Arbery was in this construction house here. They assumed that he was stealing, okay, which he wasn't. You can see. He walked in, he looked around, and some people said he was in there taking a piss. It don't matter. I mean, that's not a felony crime, okay? It's not a crime punishable by death. It's not a crime punishable by death. He was in there, he was looking around, and I've done this before. In my neighborhood, like I've actually gotten out my car, parked in front of the house, and just looked in there to see, what they were doing. I don't know why people do it. Okay, I don't know, and I think more people than me, I think people listen to this video. Some of you have probably even done the same thing. I don't know why I did it. I just went in because I was curious. I wanted to see the house, the space inside the house, how far along. But Ahmad Arbery, he wasn't in the house that long. Okay, he wasn't in there really. He wasn't there that long. Okay, he went in, he looked around, and he came back out, and he continued his jog. Okay, that's what it looked like. So now, when you go back to those same threads, you have the non-blacks. Most of them are saying, okay, well, see, he was somewhere where he shouldn't have been. If he wasn't somewhere where he shouldn't have been, he wouldn't have got shot. Wow. So I guess it's okay. Like, let's say if your little kid, let's say if somebody, your son, your daughter, somebody you love, if they just happen to wander off and they're somewhere they're not supposed to be. I mean, should they be killed too? Because you're saying that Ahmad Arbery, he's somewhere he isn't supposed to be. Or teenagers, they go into abandoned houses all the time. The teens here in my area, they live in abandoned. I mean, they come in there and they in there. You know what they be doing? They be in there smoking and all this other mess. So do those teens that go into these houses too? Do they deserve to die? It's funny how people always feel good. Non-black people feel good when black people are executed. And you see some of the most disturbing comments, okay, around. It was proven that Ahmad Arbery, he did nothing wrong, okay? He didn't do anything. Okay, he went in, he came out, and he continued his jog, and these two guys, they assumed that he was, he was up to no good. They assumed that he was in there robbing a place, which I find it's like, what can you rob from a construction site? I mean, did y'all see what was in there? It's a bunch of board. It's a bunch of like board and planks and stuff all over the place. There's nothing of value in there in that abandoned home that hadn't even been built. There's nothing of value in there that he could have wanted to steal. And he damn sure couldn't carry it out. He don't have in his pockets. His pocket's not big enough to carry. Y'all see this stuff? Y'all look at the screen. Y'all see that stuff? He can't carry any of that stuff out of there. You see, here go the thing, man. The protocol for when an unarmed black man gets killed is this, okay? The first thing that non-black people say is, well, what did he do? You know, what did he do? And why was he there? What did he do for him to get shot? Like, okay, so Ahmad Arbery did something so he can get himself shot. Really? I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I'm with Ahmad Arbery. I wouldn't want nobody pointing a gun at me or telling me to come here with a gun. Like, I would react hostile. You know, I'd be very hostile. Like, why do you have a gun? What are you doing? These guys, they pulled up on this guy with their guns drawn. That's not normal. But, you know, people say, you know, he shouldn't have been. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. He shouldn't have been there. Okay, maybe. Let's just say maybe he shouldn't have been there. Okay, maybe. But the police have already cleared the man to say he's done nothing wrong. Okay, he was there. I mean, could we say he was in the wrong place at the wrong time? In his case, yeah, it probably was. Because these two. And you know, it's funny, man, how it took a while. It took like, what, damn near 2 months for these guys to get arrested. It took 2 months. I mean, y'all hear me? Like, these guys committed murder in daylight. Y'all see, look, it's 14 p.m. These guys committed murder in cold, like in the daylight, where everybody can see. They committed murder. And, you know, people, y'all don't have a problem with that. And I'm talking to the non-black people. It's like non-black people, you guys have no sympathy for anything that happened to somebody black. Y'all don't have no sympathy. Y'all got zero sympathy, and you know, it shows. Well, you know, so when that next video came out, see, he shouldn't have been in there. He was somewhere where he shouldn't have been. And at Michael's, this is stand your ground. They had to protect themselves. Well, you know, I guess the prosecution now, they ain't trying to hit it. They're not trying to hit it now, okay? They're not listening to that. Now, if these two go to trial, I mean, is there a chance that these two could get off? Yeah. There's a chance these two could get off when they get their day in court. Okay, and I hate to say it. I hate to say it. These two committed murder in broad daylight. But when you look at the history, okay, you look at the history of Trayvon Martin. Okay, George Zimmerman got off. Okay, I mean, you look at Tamir Rice. Nothing happened. Okay. You know, the guy up in New York. You know, now they're making T-shirts about him that he couldn't breathe. You know, he was very, 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 very heavy. And, you know, that guy, that officer, he got off scot-free. I mean, got off scot-free. Okay. The police officer who killed Philando Castile, he had a whole Asian community get behind him after he killed Philando Castile in cold blood. He had a community get behind him. Non-black people just tend to not have sympathy for black people. They just don't. Well, you know, if a black person died, it's just another N-word that got killed. It's just another N-word that got killed. You know, what was he doing? Yeah. And then, you know, the next protocol is that they try to villainize black men or black people when they're killed, when they're unarmed and killed. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's see if he got a criminal record. So that's the next thing they do. So first step is, what did he do to get himself shot? Second, do he have a criminal record? Okay, because if he had a criminal record, well, that makes him guilty. His past makes him guilty. But, you know, when we look at the McMichaels, especially Gregory McMichael, well, I mean, you know, the guy he's a member of the KKK. I mean, he was at their rallies. I mean, I'm not going to go to a rally. I'm not going to go to a rally, okay, if I don't believe in the ideologies of what's being said at this rally. Gregory McMichael was right there chilling and rolling with all the carrying card members of the KKK. He was right there. And you know, if that's Travis McMichael daddy, you know, you learn with who you live with inside the house. So his daddy taught him everything you know. This is really, really a sad case, man. And I keep telling y'all, all y'all people that laugh at Bible scriptures and prophecies, y'all people that laugh at that, see, y'all ain't laughing no more now. All you people to my man, the Bible, man, that book was made by man. But isn't it funny? Every single prophecy in the Bible is coming true. Every prophecy. I'm telling you, man, we got some evil mofos on this planet, like we do. And these two are evil. They evil. But the people that support them, the people that defend this, they evil. Like, how is it his fault? Like, why is it that media and non-black people, they always try to put the blame on the black guy that gets shot? Like, it's his fault that these two pulled out a gun? He didn't have to die. If they just would have stood down and called the police, no. They got to be judge. They got to be jury. They got to be execution. And they executed this guy. They executed him. I don't care how you slice it and dice it. They executed the guy. Okay? I mean, what? Travis McMichael ain't got no hands? Because Ahmad Arbery hit him with like a right hook. I mean, he was hitting him in the top of the head. And you even had a prosecutor talking about, nope, he was within his rights, to defend himself. Wait, he was? He was, after they followed this guy? When the operator was saying, well, what is he doing? Did he steal anything? No. It's the same thing that the operator told George Zimmerman, don't follow Trayvon Martin, but he followed him anyway. Same thing. These two like, no, I ain't listening to the police. I got my own agenda. And I know what he's doing. Nope, he's a criminal, he's this. And so they immediately villainize this man. Okay, they completely villainize him. They assume that, he was up to no good, so we got to get rid of this thug in our neighborhood. And you know what's funny? These two, they saw Ahmad Arbery before. They see him. They live in the same neighborhood. They've seen Ahmad Arbery before. They know he live in a neighborhood. So don't try to tell me that, these two, it was a misunderstanding. No, I'm not trying to hear that. You've seen this man in your neighborhood. You know he live in your neighborhood. There was video number 3 where Ahmad Arbery allegedly, and I'm going to use alleged because that's what they do. They always try to victimize us. So I'm going to say, or villainize us. I'm going to say alleged. Allegedly, Ahmad Arbery had went to the house at night. Okay, why he was in the house at night, I never know. Okay, I don't know why he was in the house. Maybe there was something in that house that attracted him. Who the hell knows? Was he committing any crimes? Not really. I mean, trespassing, maybe. Maybe you can say it was trespassing. But is that an offense punishable by death? I mean, if Ahmad Arbery had to go to court for trespassing, do you think the judge would sentence him to death? Well, these two did. Oh, these two did. Boy, they did a hell of a job. I mean, executioners. Man. I wonder, though, when they get to jail, and I wonder how. I wonder how the prosecution going to try to explain these guys being card-carrying members of the Klan. I wonder how they going to explain that. And y'all saying race ain't a factor? Let's look at their past. Let's look at these two past. Like, they got a past of racism. How do you explain this? This brother Ahmad Arbery, he's not going to rest in peace, y'all. He's never going to have peace. And I'm talking Coach Adamus mode. Don't be surprised if they get off, or don't be surprised if they get a punishment that don't fit the crime and they'll be out anyway. I'm telling y'all guys, it's coming. And when these two, if they get off, or if the punishment don't fit the crime, I think those protesters, man, they're going to get tired of protesting. They're going to turn that city upside down, okay? Ahmad Arbery was murdered, okay? He was murdered by these two guys. Oh, yeah. They definitely didn't like him, and they prejudged him because he was black.